Hello to all, my name is Ilona, I am here with Marta. And today we prepare something for you which is related to videos, photos, and all the things connected with visualization. It's something I think what is very needed even if you are a small organization like we are, Mission Reconnect. And we have now one project supported by the Czech National Agency. It's called Digital Tools to Engage, to Empower and to Connect. You see the screen behind me. And right in this project, which is long term, we do series of online workshops, also videos. We had one international training and there will be other activities also face-to-face. Our aim of this project is to increase our own capacities, how to work with different digital tools and in, let's say, digital work, but also share a little bit of knowledge with more people. So we all are more, let's say, capable to do stuff. And today's topic is kind of connecting different points. It's like how I say videos, photos, and all it's about visualization, let's say how we convey the messages.
We're basically talking about NGOs that work with young people. From just observing how other NGOs or businesses post on social media is that you constantly have to be very relatable with your content to people. You have to post regularly. It can be different kind of things, but you have to be visible. It's almost like a full-time job. One of the important things I think is that you should be engaged and engaging. Engaged in a way that you reach out and that you share other people's stories or interesting events and you tag them, so you create connections. Also, you can create questions that spike some curiosity or people would like to provide their opinion on it. An example from a media literacy training. Do you think critically or do you criticize? Which is a question that triggers you to think and answer, right? Why not also share some answers in separate posts so that people are noticed and they know that their opinion matters. Also, as an organization, I think it's nice when you share insights of participants of your activities that they participated, and you can make it attractive by saying, for example, 10 things I learned during a training course about creativity. It has a personal touch and it's already attractive because it's 10 things. So you wonder what those 10 things are. So be engaged and engaging at the same time. I also suggest that you could post content that people can easily relate to. So it does not have to be always heavy, very thoughtful ideas. It can be as simple as motivational quotes of the day. If it resonates with the person, they instantly will like it, they will remember it. Or you could use international days of something. You can find the whole list on United Nations website. You can basically check what fits your organization's needs so that you can post something in relation to that day. Here I have International Stuttering Awareness Day, I have Happy World Mental Health Day. Recently there was a day of volunteering, which was 5th of December, and some organizations posted quotes from their volunteers, so they show that they're part of it. You can also share ways or tips how to do something, for example, that is in your area, or posts that mirror common habits, for example, that are connected to your work, like which books people could read or their New Year's resolutions, something that we all do, but it can easily be related as to them as to your organization. Content that sparks people's curiosity and informs. It's again facts and observations from the field you work in, or interesting facts that you found yourself. You can do it in many attractive ways, like things you didn't know about running an NGO or facilitating a training course or gardening in winter. It can be anything. You can also explain to your followers the concepts you work with in a visually engaging way. Or you can also share mini lessons or creative exercises or tips on how to do something, how to be more self-confident or media literate. I would also suggest that you share a bit of yourself and your values. So you introduce your team, your vision, your favorite tools or team activities, or you celebrate your successes, or you report on your activities or what you learned from them. You share also stories of people or events that inspired you, or you share results and feedback from people that attended your events or activities. Here I have different examples. There was a human library in Sheriff recently, so that's a great example of showing what you're doing. Or there is a quote used by an organization, so it shows that you stand strongly for that.
And I can just add, Marta, to you that even Missionary Connect is not a great example, because we are struggling with it that nobody wanted to have this full-time job. And I really think that it's an issue of like a small organization. And I found it very difficult to also be active on all social media, but also I have one tip after for everyone. I think it's also maybe good to focus on the social media where you see some response and not be everywhere with that accounts. I think that's maybe after even the worst, that you make your profiles everywhere, and after like, so when you go there is nothing like new or it's not regularly updated. So for example, currently we have the strategy that we are on Facebook, which is not even now so much used by young people, but it's more for the donors. And after we try to switch to Instagram, because we have now good response from Instagram in relation that young people are answering on our calls, and we even are able now find participants for example, youth exchange through Instagram more than through Facebook or any kind of emails. I think very good to choose your channels, because now there are, I think, simply so many of them. And you cannot just easily repost something what was on Facebook to Instagram or on TikTok, because all the social media have a little bit different way how they work. And I think it's kind of connecting with the decision, what is your target group, what you want to achieve, and what works for your like audience.
I believe that everyone has fancy phones now, and that we are able to make good pictures, all of us. I just want to share my perspective. I make photos during events like youth exchanges or youth trainings. And what I noticed, better make a lot of pictures so you have more to choose from. What I try to do is to capture different emotions of participants. You can see this is from this summer, and it's from Missionary Connect 2 trainings actually. You can see different emotions. There is love, there is discussion or curiosity, there is thoughtfulness. You can see that there are different emotions. I also try to be present in all the key moments of the activities, so I can report what was going on. You can see that we were, first of all, listening and obtaining a lot of useful information. Then we worked with that information and we presented something, so we got some results. Meanwhile, we explored intercultural learning, which is presented by a girl with a žemlovka. No,
that's the book. It's the Czech typical meal, which they did in a very large version, I think.
Exactly. Then you can see that people were communicating and they were happy. The next picture, for example, shows reflection what was going on. People were drawing, and this is Tree of Cooperation, which suggests that people hope to cooperate on new projects in the future. And then there is the final moment when there's a group picture, for example. There were maybe around 500 pictures from that training alone, but the key moments were captured, I would say. Somehow I like to capture also small details, because you never know where it's going to be useful. As you can see, there's some food from national evenings. There's a national dance from Macedonia that when every participant was joining, then there's part of presentation. You can see that there are different moments. And another advice I have is to get to know people. What drives them, why are they attending? If I can, I communicate with them, so sometimes then I capture something that is more valuable than words. I think people more open up to you, even in pictures, like you can see in the first one. People are smiling and they are already more relaxed, even if you're making photo of them. The key picture I would call this one with the lady. Her name is Slavica, and she's a career counselor, and the key moment here was that during ice-breaking games, she picked a random question which suggested, where will you be in 10 years? Which is very relatable to what she's doing in real life.
You also need, I think, for the project sometimes like a lot of these official photos. You know, like here are the person with the flip charts, and flip chart is never very photogenic. So it's always like very challenge how to present this. When we speak about visualization, it's very important to also create this visual language. That means like, let's say the official visual language, which is even required by the donor. It means the like official logos, but also how you have to put it all together. So that's why we have this frame. So it's very recognizable from which project it is. I know that most of you know Canva, because for example, all this what Marta was now presenting with the logos and everything was done in Canva. Canva is free for non-profits. And also like there is this picto chart or other things which you can use to kind of create these frames and the logos. Not always we can afford to have professionals with all the equipment. So we kind of also like, let's say, are self-educating ourselves. So Marta has now a few tips which can save you time, which if you want to make some videos.
I would say YouTube is the best teacher. And I have taught myself the basics of Kden Live. That's the program I use to make videos. And I would like to show just basic procedures today. So this is how it looks. I already added some videos and some media materials here so that it's quicker. And you add new clips or images or music here. And today I just want to make, for example, a promotional video of this. So that was an interview about digital tools. Here is my working area. I can add 2 videos. If I need, I can add more. The most important buttons that I need to know is the arrow and the scissors. And for example, this is the video with an interview, and I want the starting screen so that I introduce it. For example, it will be digital tools, and I want it here. And what I can do with it, I can shorten it either by editing duration, or I can just move it how long I need it. I can also fade in or fade out, which is very common in videos, right? We now know that it's Slavica Taseva, and I would like to point it out that it's her, so I will add a title clip. I can do that with adding it here. First, it will show me just this screen where I can add text. So right now, this is how it looks. I can't see how it will work, so I will add it here now. It has been saved like Slavica Taseva. And I, for example, want everyone to see. For example, it's too high, right? So I can still edit. And this time I can show background so I see where it is. And now I will move it, for example. So here we have then Slavica, her title. I can prolong it as long as I need. I wanted to show that I can also add music, and I like to do that quite often. Since I have already audio for this file, I will add it to the second one. So this is audio 2, and it will be in the original volume. I will try to reduce it. So it will be like a background sound. Then I, for example, want to add a color clip. So I created a new color clip. And now, for example, I want to end the video. Like, this is it. This is all I wanted to show. And yeah, the music is longer. I will put the cursor here. Finally, I'll show how the cutting thing works. So music ends together with the last slide. And the last thing I wanted to share, which is important these days, is the music free of copyright. I think the best way, if you don't use music for videos in daily work, is to use YouTube audio library. I go to my videos, audio library. So there's an audio library where you can listen to the song. If it works with you, then you can download it right here.
I needed recently to add subtitles to one video which we do because it was event in Czech Republic, but I need subtitles in English. There are again like many other different like video tools online. This is like Clidio. It's paid, but like for example, you can buy it for a month and it's like $9. You pay little, but you can after do unlimited amounts of videos. So also I just did like in 1 month many videos. But why I found it very useful is that it's kind of easy to add the videos and you don't have it on your like computer, so you can like use it from anywhere, even when you travel. You can just upload video and just add the subtitles to it. What was also good here to add them manually, so you are like listening and writing it all through this Certo file. From also different like tools online, I found this like very kind of nice because it's very intuitive. And it did not, let's say, require for me like a lot of time to explore different like buttons.
Turning to social media, I'm also wondering how much do you use, if you use subtitles, for example, for people who cannot hear, or yeah, just for example, who just don't have their sound on?
I would really recommend it, that if you go with social media and you have a time to do it, or you can even pay for some of the programs. So if you use Facebook or Instagram videos, I would really encourage you to use subtitles because people are mostly having their phones on mute and they will not unmute it for your videos because we are mostly scrolling, you know,